The music world lost one of its most influential yet understated legends on December 3, 2025, when Steve Cropper passed away at the age of 84 in Nashville. Steve Cropper was a guitarist, songwriter, and producer whose career spanned over 6 decades, fundamentally shaping the sound of soul, R&B, and rock music. He was best known as a member of Booker T and the MGs, the legendary house band at Stax Records in Memphis, where he helped create the raw, emotional sound that defined Southern soul music during the 1960s and 1970s. Cropper's playing style was characterized by restraint and precision rather than flashiness. While many guitarists of his era focused on long solos and technical displays, Cropper mastered the art of playing exactly what a song needed, nothing more, nothing less. His crisp, ringing riffs and solid rhythm work became the backbone of countless classic recordings, making him what Rolling Stone magazine called the secret ingredient in some of the most iconic rock and soul tracks. The magazine ranked him as the 39th greatest guitarist of all time. Beyond his instrumental prowess, Cropper was a gifted songwriter who co-wrote some of the most enduring hits in popular music. His compositions include Green Onions with Booker T and the MGs, Sittin' On, The Dock of the Bay with Otis Redding, In the Midnight Hour with Wilson Pickett, and Soul Man with Sam and Dave. These songs have become timeless standards that continue to resonate with audiences across generations. Cropper's influence extended beyond the studio. He became widely known to mainstream audiences through his role in the Blues Brothers, the musical comedy act led by John Belushi and Dan Aykroyd in the late 1970s. The group's successful rendition of Soul Man introduced Cropper's work to a new generation of fans. Steve Cropper died on Wednesday, December 3, 2025, at a rehabilitation facility in Nashville, Tennessee. His passing was confirmed by his wife, Angel Cropper, and his son, Cameron. He was 84 years old. According to reports, Cropper had been staying at the rehabilitation center following a recent fall. Eddie Gore, a longtime friend and associate, visited Cropper on Tuesday, just one day before his death, at the Nashville facility where he was recovering. Gore reported that even during his rehabilitation, Cropper remained engaged with his passion. He was actively working on new music during the visit. The exact cause of Steve Cropper's death has not been officially disclosed. His wife Angel Cropper confirmed his passing but did not specify the cause. While it is known that he had recently fallen and was undergoing rehabilitation, it remains unclear whether the fall directly contributed to his death or if other health factors were involved. At 84 years old, Cropper had lived a long and productive life, continuing to record and perform well into his later years. His 2024 album, Friendly Town, earned a Grammy nomination, demonstrating that his creative powers remained sharp even near the end of his life. Earlier in 2025, he was honored with the Tennessee Governor's Arts Award, the state's highest artistic honor. The lack of specific information about his cause of death is not unusual, as families often choose to keep such details private. What is clear is that the music community lost a giant whose contributions shaped the sound of American popular music for over half a century. Cropper's most significant work occurred at Stax Records, the Memphis label that became synonymous with Southern soul music. He became associated with the label even before it adopted the Stax name, when founders Jim Stewart and Estelle Axton were running it as Satellite Records in the late 1950s. In the early 1960s, Cropper and his instrumental band, the Royal Spades, were brought into the fold. The group soon rebranded as the Marquis and achieved success with the instrumental hit Last Night. Cropper then became a founding member of Booker T and the MGs, which served as the house band for Stax Records. This integrated group, a rarity in the segregated South of the 1960s, became one of the most influential rhythm sections in music history. As a rare white musician working primarily with black artists during an era when many white performers profited from covering black music without collaboration, Cropper stood out for his modest, supportive role and genuine partnership with the artists at Stax. His guitar work appeared on recordings by Otis Redding, Sam and Dave, Wilson Pickett, Carla Thomas, and numerous other soul legends. Cropper didn't just play guitar on these records, he often served as arranger and co-writer, helping to shape the songs from conception through final production. One of his most cherished collaborations was with Otis Redding on Sittin' on the Dock of the Bay. Cropper shared a close bond with Redding and recalled on his website how they worked together to finalize the song shortly before Redding's tragic death in a plane crash in December 1967. The reflective ballad became a #1 hit in 1968 and served as a poignant reminder of Redding's talent, with Cropper completing the recording while mourning his friend. Cropper's time at Stax came to an end around 1969-1970, following disagreements with the label's new co-owner, Al Bell, over management style. He departed before the release of the final MG's album for the label, Melting Pot, in 1971. Before leaving, he recorded 2 solo albums showcasing his guitar skills, including Jam Together, a collaboration with pop staples of the Staple Singers and blues guitarist Albert King. When legendary Rolling Stones guitarist Keith Richards called Steve Cropper the soul of music, he was acknowledging a profound musical debt. Richards, himself considered one of rock's greatest rhythm guitarists, has long cited players like Cropper as core influences on his approach to the instrument. Cropper's philosophy of restraint, groove, and serving the song, rather than showcasing technical virtuosity, resonated deeply with Richards and countless other guitarists. Where many players sought to impress with speed and complexity, Cropper showed that a few perfectly placed notes could be more powerful than any elaborate solo. Richards's tribute represents a passing of recognition from one guitar legend to another, acknowledging that the foundations of rock music were built on the soul and blues traditions that Cropper helped define. For a rock icon like Richards to look back at a soul guitarist and essentially say, "That's the guy," demonstrates the depth and breadth of Cropper's influence across musical genres. Throughout his career, and especially in his later years, Steve Cropper received numerous honors recognizing his contributions to American music. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, first as a member of Booker T and the MGs and later with Sam and Dave. In 2005, he was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame, acknowledging his exceptional compositional work. In 2007, Cropper received a Grammy Award for Lifetime Achievement, cementing his status as one of music's most important figures. His 2024 album Friendly Town earned a Grammy nomination, proving that even in his 80s, his music remained relevant and vital. Just months before his death, Tennessee awarded him the Governor's Arts Award, the state's highest artistic honor. Eddie Gore, who visited Cropper just before his death, reflected, "He was such a wonderful person. We were truly fortunate to have him with us." This sentiment captures not just Cropper's musical genius, but his character as a humble, generous collaborator who elevated everyone around him. Steve Cropper's legacy extends far beyond the records he made or the awards he won. He fundamentally shaped how guitarists think about their role in a band, demonstrating that power comes not from volume or speed, but from taste, timing, and an unwavering commitment to serving the song. Every modern guitarist who understands the value of space, groove, and restraint walks a path that Cropper helped clear. His music will continue to live through the countless classic recordings that bear his distinctive touch, and through the generations of musicians he inspired to play with soul, substance, and humility.